For 250 performances of Inside the Actor's Studio, I have interviewed so many great celebrities. I think it's time now, and the demand is great for me to interview me. The question is, what is my favorite word? Cockamamie. Cockamamie is actually a corruption of the word decalomania, which has to do with a craze of frenzy to stick things on walls and posters and T-shirts. And I like cockamamie because it sounds really filthy. Question 2. What is my least favorite word? Dumbass. It does a disservice to the word dumb and a bigger disservice to the word ass. Therefore, I say down with dumbass, up with dipshit. The question is, what turns me on? And the answer is a bottle of 1922 Lafite Rothschild, grown on the north side of the vineyard during a terrible rainy year and kept in Napoleon's casket, wrapped in a precious oriental rug. If you can find a bottle of that, I'm yours. If you can't, $2 Chuck is not that bad. It has a lovely body. And for $2, you can get really shit-faced. The question is now, what turns me off? Any Republican congressman naked in a sitz bath. I find that a ghastly prospect. When Michelle Bachmann was there was a possibility of some nudity worth examining. But now, spare me, please. The question is, what kind of noise do I love? The ancient, honorable, and evocative It's often called a raspberry or a Bronx cheer, but I prefer to call it the sound of a healthy fart. What sound or noise do I hate? The sound of those recorded messages that go, "If you want to reach Uncle Frederick, press 9. If you would like to have your legs shaved, press 7. If you would like to have an assignation with a hairy goat in the yard, press pound. If you don't give a shit, just press operator and a living person will tell you to go stick it up your ass." The question is, what is my favorite curse word? I am reminded of the winning poem in the Hustler magazine poetry contest. It was so filthy that for it to be repeated on television, the person giving the poem had to substitute a musical note instead of the word. So the winning poem in the Hustler poetry contest went ba-da-da-da-da-dum, ba-da-da-da-da-dum, ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da, fuck. Delightful. What profession other than your own would you like to be in? Viking. I would like to have set sail in a long ship. I would like to have used a broadaxe to split a skull. And I would particularly have enjoyed a hat with horns. What profession would you not like to do? Waiter at Denny's restaurant. I don't know how many times I've heard some old woman say to her husband, "Did we get the flounder, Harvey? Or was it that crappy hamburger again?" I can't tolerate that, and I won't. And fortunately, I don't need to. The final question, which I always ask, which is, if there is a God, what would you say to him when you enter heaven? "Hi, Dad, can I borrow the car?" And he would say, "It's yours, sonny boy. It's yours." Let me end with the great Italian thespian Luigi Abandazzo Vinigogazzo, who always said, "Era una vera rottura del coglione," which translated means, "Thank you, and don't break my balls. Arrivederci."